What's up, everybody? My name is Richard Terrell. I go by Kirby Kid, and you are watching Dio Live, a daily stream show in which we talk about game design. And today, I am done playing Bayonetta. So, in reflecting on that action game, I'm playing another one of Platinum's action game titles, 104 101. Both these games being on the Wii U. Already played through this game before. Man, 31 hours. Jeez, that's so long. I don't know why these games are so long. But in general, let's see. I just wanted to jump in here and do some, this is what's on my touchscreen, by the way. Jump in here and just play around with the action in training mode and kind of reflect on a few things. So many options. Like, I can get a tiny little screen on my Wii U pad of the main screen. Like that, and here's the main screen, and then a tiny little touchscreen on my tiny little corner. That's so weird. And I can play over here. Options. I don't even know what my options are. Team attack, unite, morph, dash, jump. Let's do that and hope it's not too loud. I forgot this game was multiplayer. Jeez. Talk about shoving a whole bunch of things into a game. Alright. So, I got Kaim on the mic. He may be joining me in a few seconds. I'm just gonna noodle around in this. Yeah, you have a dash, and it keeps your group tight to you when you're running, so they don't get picked off. Double jump, just like in Bayonetta. You got this team attack here, which kind of points in the direction of your analog stick. And I'll show you what the touchscreen looks like while I do that. For whatever reason, maybe that's helpful to you. And I can draw on the screen. How do I do that? Oh, I do this. And I can draw on the screen and make a circle. And then hit a button and that's a tiny little fist. And then I can draw on the screen, or I can disable it like this. Draw a bigger circle. Oops, I didn't have enough. It's too big. But how many people do I have? 50? Okay, that's about as big as I can get. And this is a tiny fist, and it has little combos like da 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 da. Like that. That's pretty much all it does. But that's why you can draw other things. It's like a gun, or this is a whip. Whip is good for whipping off pieces of armor from opponents. And you can draw a gun. Shoot people. It's actually shooting off little dudes. You can see them hit the wall and jump back naked. And then I have to pick up my dudes. And what is it? The last thing you create is on the button, just like a little action button. Like this, I can make gun, 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 disable it, gun, gun, gun. I think the bigger gun you make, the faster it fires. They won't let me do cool stuff. I want an easy one. Hard? No. Normal. Normal. Easy. I don't remember how to play. This is a loading screen, kind of like Bayonetta. Where you get to attack during the loading and kind of practice your things. That's the jumping upward gun skill, which turns into a launcher into a shot, so you can go like this, launcher, shot, 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 shot. Easy B. Defeat all enemies.
Defeat them all.
So like those are flying enemies, and they shoot your dudes, and if you don't keep your dudes tight towards you, you have to pick your dudes back up. So they're good at picking you off. But if I make my gun, which is this, I can shoot them just by pointing and up. Okay, I need to get my dudes back.
So you control all of those dudes?
Yeah, they all follow the leader basically.
Dude, this is like action Pikmin.
Yeah, it is. And the cool part is when you latch some of your dudes onto it, that you see them flying around and hitting those spaceships and dragging them to the ground like Pikmin. I think after you do that, if I hit this button here, what is it, sword, I can like home in on them, whoever I have them locked onto, like this. What are my different attacks? I have no idea how to play anymore. And then I can make a huge fist. Oh, that's a sword. Oh wow, that guy turned into a jerk. So what's interesting about this game is it's got the platinum combo style, it's got the platinum rating system, it's got different moves and ability like this rising sword, it's got stinger. Let's see if I can pull that off. And then I can do this and hit Y, or this and hit X. It's got a parry and a counter and all these other crazy things. So it's got a ton of the complexity that you might expect from a platinum game, but the fixed camera angle does a lot, I think. But then they kind of clutter it up with tiny little people that run around and do all these different independent things.
Yeah. Plus that UI is really big. But it might be like, what is this, a Wii U game?
Yeah, Wii U.
Oh, I don't know why that UI is so big then.
I think I have options like this, this, oops, this, and then this, and then I have this little bottom screen that I can set to do different things, right? Quick help? Maybe not. No.
Oh, okay. So you can at least modify it.
I think there's a way to make it a little less, but I'm not sure.
Like, if that's default, that's crazy.
I think this is default right here. Wait, not that. This. It won't do it. This. This is default.
I have no idea what they were thinking. There might be a reason for it, I just don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe it's just that important. I have no idea.
I'm gonna make a huge fist. It's not even that big. I forgot how to aim. Is there like a button I can do to home in on the people I want? I forgot. There's like a way to latch onto them and home in on them.
So do each of your dudes have like their own individual health?
No, only your main hero can die, but they can get knocked down, and you just gotta pick them back up a little bit, kind of like Pikmin. And this tank has spikes on the front of it, so I think I can get a whip and then whip off the spikes off the front of it like this, and I can pull it off, and then oh, he's exposed on his weak point right here now. There we go, now we'll make a fist. I'm getting hit by everything, I have no sound on. Okay.
What's the dark green bar behind your health bar? At least what I think is your health bar.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's the...
Oh my
I thought there was just one bar until you said that. I can't do anything. I guess it's my extended health bar. Maybe I got an item or something.
Maybe. Well, okay, I guess it is, because now you're on that bar instead. I don't know.
The crazy part is when you're drawing your shapes to make your large weapons out of your own dudes, it actually interacts with things like in the environment like that. It goes up the wall on accident. So you have to make sure you have enough room to draw it. A sword.
Oh.
Or you can just use the right analog stick. So this will be a sword. I'll make it as big as possible. There, now it's a large red sword. And I can hit him from here. Ouch. And you can draw circles around certain objects like this to bring beauty back into the environment. I don't know. To slightly interact with them.
Okay. Well, it looked like you got something for doing that.
Yeah, an apple. They're
To help.
little hidden things here and there. What's up there? Where's the enemy too? I don't even know. I think this game lets you have a radar so you can see where the enemies are. Oh, so yeah, so I
On
think
your bottom screen.
so I think right here I need to make a paraglider like this, choo choo, like that. No, how do you make a paraglider?
Yeah, how do you know how to make shapes?
They teach them to you one by one. That's a gun. Okay, what was the paraglider? Maybe this will help. Go to Unite Morphs. Unite Chain. Unite Gun is a little L. You'll see it in a second.
How do you draw? So do you draw on like the bottom screen?
Yeah, I can draw on the touchscreen. It's just the radar. So,
Okay.
and I can get up walls by making a chain. Okay, where are my other ones?
So it like tries to parse the shape that you draw on the screen, and
Yeah, there are certain buildings you can climb up, so you do the climby thingy, and there's certain gaps you can glide over, so you do the glidey thingy. I just can't find out where they list all the thingies. You think it'd be here in Unite Morphs. Why is it not here?
don't know.
It's just 2 of them. I guess you have to collect these? That's ridiculous. Thanks, game.
It's not like a shapes menu up top somewhere.
Maybe this is it. What was that? Oh, now I'm the claws. Let's see if I can just get up this wall then. No. This wall? It's only the flat buildings that you can climb up. So annoying. Quit shooting at me from off screen. Oh, this is cool. This is a keyhole, but you gotta make a sword to do it. So I'm gonna make a sword like this. Walk over here. Press Y. And open it.
Okay.
I guess this was just an area for extra weapons if I needed them. Now I gotta figure out how to make a...
Nice drill.
I can't figure out.
This game's too hard.
Yeah, I picked an easy mode so I can actually maybe show a combo that I don't remember how to do. I'm just gonna double jump it. Nope. What could it be? I thought it was a V. No.
Oh, you can't jump that way.
What was it? It's like a circle? Figure 8? No? No? Ugh, quit shooting me. Oh, maybe you have to jump and do it? Oh, great. Hitting me again.
Turning into pudding.
Yeah, it's the shield. Well, that's not gonna work. Let's get out of here then. So I guess it's you can kind of tell that it's very much in Platinum style. They like to put in a lot of different moves and a lot of different flashy effects and
There's
juggle
no way
systems. What?
there's no way to like see what your move list is. Like even in Bayonetta they had that, right?
Yeah, I gotta see if it's here then, because this is ridiculous that I don't have more than 2 files. Menu, exit. This menu is just like Bayonetta. So I guess I'll go back to the title screen and maybe we'll find it. This game doesn't do us any favors for refreshing, for crying out loud.
That's not good. It's a flaw. But yeah, I think some of it does a lot of the common things you might expect for action games, Platinum style action games, and you know, as much as I like juggling and zipping around the stage and stuff, I just think that's one style, and I much prefer other kinds of style that are more intentional and deliberate and clear. So let's go to the Wonderful Mart. So these are all these extra moves that you can buy. I don't even know. But when you speech, these are extra modules you can attach to your guy just to get extra stats, and these are additional somethings. It's just so complicated. These are items, one-time use items you can get. You're like, man. It kind of feels like the kitchen sink approach. So this is Platinum Forever. It's a move you can do that makes a platinum logo and explodes. Great.
This one is called Unite Rocket. And then before I purchase, I thought I could test these before I purchase. Wow. Cancel. So maybe... Oh man, this is sad.
Speedliner.
Well...
Attackliner.
Exit. Where's my training mode? Unite Morse. So here's where you mix things up, and here's where you turn on and off skills. And here's where you use items. This is so sad. I'm surprised they don't have a thing that if you get stuck in a part that you need to draw a shape, they're like, here's a shape you draw, like so many other games do. Because if you just don't remember it, I'm not sure what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems weird. Like, huh. It seems like they wouldn't do that. Unless this is like just a game that came out way before they started making Bayonetta.
It's way after.
Oh yeah, because it's for the Wii U.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just bizarre. It doesn't make any sense.
Operation.
Okay. So let's... What is with this weird menu? 9898A0 Operation 1, jeez.
Dude, if Game Grumps played this game, they would just be completely helpless.
Skip cutscene. Yeah, it's... Sometimes I feel like all this extra complexity, and I'm not sure what it's doing primarily, what it's for. Just confuse people. They have a bunch of different moves, perhaps.
so that I can make a big sword. I have a fist right now. We'll see in a second. Yeah, it's taking forever to load. Punch trees. Okay, here's a basic enemy. Team attack, line attack, swirling punch, draw a line, make another sword, do some stuff over here, mash buttons, not sure what's happening. Comboing a guy in the corner, doing a swirly swirl, draw line, swirly swirl, hit buttons. Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was like terrible too the first time I played it. The little tutorial messages like get in the way, and they're trying to teach you all this super complex stuff while you're fighting. You're like, how about pause the game?
Well, I don't know. I kind of like it if they don't pause. Honest.
That's not the better option though. You can't just overload the screen with information and have them reading a text box and then also reading where the enemy's gonna do.
So they're like flipping through this really fast. Like the way I would do it would be like you're on this linear level or whatever, and you have to do all these things one at a time to progress, or something like that. But
yeah. Teaching them one by one, that's practically like pausing.
No, but like if you pause the game every single time one of these stupid little messages popped up, like I would just be pissed off and throw the game out the window by the time the tutorial was over.
I mean,
it's like every time you pause and take control away from the player, like you're taking them away from the game and you're just pissing them off.
I mean, it's the same thing. If you walk them down a hallway with nothing to do and then put the text up to where everything's one by one, that's practically what I'm talking about. Pausing the game as in not having multiple simultaneous demanding dynamic actions. But hey, if you just want to make sure the player can always wiggle the stick, more power to you. But I say pause the game and just focus people's attention. Okay, so like I team attack them until something crazy happens. Turn to a ball.
Look at this giant dragon thing.
It's a Kime.
Is it?
No.
That should be.
So now I can punch it, and if I get it in the stagger state, I think. Oh, Wonderful 101 had the crazy life bars that have multiple sort of colors. I'm gonna draw a whip and whip off its armor. No.
How come your batteries are going down now?
I can only do so many unite morphs in a small period of time. So I have to kind of like wait till they recharge before I do another this.
Dude, this guy has a bunch of spikes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. So they're like robots? I mean, it kind of looks like a robot, the enemy. So,
yeah, they're alien robot dudes. They're from another world.
It's interesting that games make enemies like non-organic things, so you don't have to kill them. I don't know. It's more kid-friendly that way.
Yeah, I think the basic style action game that a lot of people are used to now is having some kind of dodge with iframes, right? And then having enemies with minor tails or something of that nature. And then kind of moving around and having the ability to cancel into your defensive options. Yeah, I don't like that style action game that much. I wouldn't make a game like that. And I think it gets kind of, I mean, for me it gets kind of old, but the way that they create enemies and the challenges that you're doing, it's basically they want you to do whatever you want fairly unimpeded, and then they want you to just look out for the one situation or small moment to dodge. And since you can do so freely and your dodges usually have these counters built into them, like see that counter? You'll see in a second.
for a
Yeah.
while. I think it's interesting when you get hit in this game, you have to go collect your dudes.
Mm-hmm. I'm hurting. I forgot how to do a lot of massive damage. Those missiles were a little too...
This guy is wrecking you, bro. Is this the tutorial boss?
This is the first level. I'm not sure.
Dude, this game's like... Wait for it. What's this game like, Richard? It's like the...
Dark Souls of
Yeah.
top-down, small, pick mini,
top down, RTS style.
minions. Yeah, this game took a lot more focus than I thought I would need. I thought I could just hit buttons.
It's kind of too flashy. Like I know like there's like a style of game that is all about flash and spectacle. I never really liked games like that. Overwatch is kind of like that too, to be honest with you. It's really hard to tell what the hell's going on.
So this dinosaur has a sonic attack that you can't really dodge through because it's so wide, and then it has his tail that he swings in
you have to
two
get
different
behind
directions, and then he has
Like,
a stomp,
Does he follow you?
and then he's got a
Like,
bite.
When he's doing the tail for the sonic attack, can you just run behind him?
I'll try. Let's see. So now I have him stunned. It broke off his armor. Now he's able to be juggled. Draw this in midair. Keep that juggle, and finish him. There's something about doing enough damage quickly enough in this game that you can put him in a stun state and then do mega damage because you're juggling them in midair and stuff at that point. I forgot how it
Fighting
works.
game.
It's like little... jeez.
Dude, that car alarm.
Oh, Unite attack. So, like, I can just hold the button and then get a big fist and punch it. There we go.
Helicopter crashed on you. Why is it so zoomed in now?
Yeah, I don't... Do I have to hit down C-stick to kind of get it to zoom out? This little, like, diorama-esque look is neat, but I would like to see... You can gather citizens and give them these little black masks so they turn into heroes, temporary heroes. So right now I have a group of 90, and if I get 101, I'll get to make my biggest... Here, I'll gather these people. I'll get to make my biggest attacks.
Dude, you're taking these, like... These people that don't know how to be a superhero. It's Deadpool all over again. Like, they're all gonna just die.
No, we gave them the mask. They turn into temporary heroes. I just shoved a bunch of heroes into a porta potty.
They're gonna parachute into a wood chipper. They're not superheroes.
So yeah, like I was saying before, action games have the challenge of not making every room just like more dudes, punch them. So they put in these sections with like slight exploration. They try to put in secrets in a way that are interesting. They tuck things in little nooks and crannies, and to some degree, it's all right. But I'd rather just have it focus action when I have it, like Mega Man, instead of like, now I gotta worry about collectibles, now I gotta worry about currency, now I gotta worry about upgrades. I'm like, I'd just rather play an action game. So how do I get through this? I load up everyone in the garage. This game has so many weird, unique interactions. Like, what is going on?
Dude, you just all piled into that restaurant.
Yeah. What do I do here? I think I jump up on this building. 1, 2, and then I jump up over here. No? Punch things? Nope. Invisible walls? Yep. Where am I supposed to go? I know it's like forward and left, but why can I not... Is it... No? I don't get it. I'm just trying to move the camera and I keep doing Unite more, so I don't want to do that. Are these enemies I have to kill? Do I have to put them in my team? you have to rescue those humans or something? Okay. Grab that car. Throw it. This car throwing in Bayonetta, that's funny too. Oh, I'm so confused. Is it the front of this shop? No. What happened? Did it glitch? Well, I thought it was kind of crazy that they put so much detail into each individual one of these little heroes. And you can clearly see that some of them are generic with the little black mask, but a lot of them are individualized heroes. Which I guess is what that other screen. Team attack. Quick help. Unite sword, unite hand, camera control. What is the camera controls? Tilt the Wii U gamepad where you want to look. Really? Hold down the R button and turn the R stick to look around. So R button. No. That's not true. What is he talking about? This game. Unite whip, tear off, and snatch. Unite hammer. They're still not talking about the the paraglider. Dive. Electrify, defense, unite claw, freeze, climb, ignite hand, unite bomb, unite drill, unite bow gun, self-destruct. Okay, that quick help is not help. I want to say the game glitched because I thought you fight a big thing here where like enemies are supposed to rain in and then the mission kind of ends. So is there like an enemy tucked well off the screen that I don't see? Usually when that happens, the little radar will tell you that there's like a red dot that I'm looking at on the touch screen. So you're like, oh, there's the enemy. It's on my radar. I don't see anything.
Actually, Diablo 3 does that pretty well. When they require you to kill all the enemies on the screen, when it gets down to like the last 10 enemies, they'll just tell you where the enemies are.
Yeah.
So if there's like one dude up in the corner or something.
Wow, this is a bust. Another bust. This game sucks.
Yeah, I don't know, Richard. This game, you were praising it, but
I mean, it's my favorite Platinum game, but apparently I don't like Platinum games that much.
I think you had some rose-tinted goggles on.
I never said it was the best action game. I just said it's better than Bayonetta.
Guess you should just play Fury.
If that game turns out to suck, you're gonna hear it.
It definitely has its problems.
Look at all this.
I don't want to see if you have the same problems I did with
Look
it.
at all these extra systems, mixing up food to different degrees. Bayonetta had the same thing with like 3 different elements that you can mix together to make random healing items. Like, why?
Cooking mini games. Oh, dude, Monster Hunter is like the worst with the just pile on 8 billion systems, and they all do like redundant things. Like, just how many systems do you need to make food? Like, just give me one. Do it for me.
Yeah. And then they have this like bottle cap collection thing. Just, I feel like at the company they're just like, everyone do whatever, and then like we'll put it in.
Everyone suggests a system, and we'll implement all of them.
Yeah, and then look at all these menus
Can you
and
build
stuff.
a house?
No, you can't. No.
Buy loot boxes.
And then like there's mini trophies you can get of all your figurines, and it's a lot. Like I can customize something, so that thing on the right is my custom thing, and you can take your skills, like hero counters a skill, and I can take it like this, put it in or not put it in. You can collect these things. Justice Missile. Yeah, I think that was a really strong weapon. Well, if you got Mad World, why does Greg say Mad World in the chat? I hate how it zooms in so much too. I can't see what's going on. I think I'm supposed to unite
Is he
something.
suggesting you play that game?
No, I don't think so. I don't know how to go back to main menu. Here we go. Man, it's so hard sometimes. Like I talked before about liking parts of long games and not being able to go back and replay them or whatever, and I like boss rush modes that help you out with that. Mega Man 10 did a good job with that by letting you go straight to the bosses and practice them, and you don't have to play through a whole level just to get some practice in. A lot of other games should be more mindful about people jumping back in after putting it down and or just getting straight to content that they liked, that they already experienced. Delicious water. Well, those are our topics for today. A little bit of this and that. I think now that I went through that whole Smash series and I thought about Smash as a fighting game really carefully for a lot of hours, I've pretty much refined a lot of what I look for in a game and why I like action games in general and what direction I would take mine if I were to make some. And obviously my style is much more focused on being clean, and like all this interplay, like using the jelly to stop slam attacks and using the whip to pull off spikes, like all that's basic stuff, you know, it's good. The thing that I have the problem most with is not the low level ideas and oftentimes not the individual moves, but you know how they fit together, what happens with the clarity once you try to do two things, like what's going on. Oh, those claw enemies right here on the screen. I was just fighting those in Bayonetta.
Really?
Yeah, they were little animal claw, saber-toothy type things that dash at you and they move fast. Yeah. Yeah, so when we study action scenes from martial arts movies or just in general, like they don't have to be fighting. Just like a character chasing after a coin that's rolling down the street, you know, and trying to get it before it goes down a grate. Like, you can make that a really action-packed scene, and things like Finding Nemo where fish are just swimming around and trying to dodge stuff or get to a place in time. Like, that's all action. It's all the same language, right? You don't have to be killing something or fighting something in order to dip into this whole sort of category. And a lot of things I'm inspired most by are not this weird, stylized, hyperactive abstraction on combos, right? I feel like when you watch anime and other stylized action, they take shortcuts in certain ways with frames and things, and then they create motion in other ways when they're animating on a budget, and that results in sort of its own particular style and way of communicating that then when you have more budget, some people picked for stylistic reasons and they kind of just evolved from there. So a lot of times when you see anime characters like disappear with super speed lines and just kind of go into a speed zone and they can't even be seen, that's really like a stylized extension of a stylized aspect of what it's like to fight someone who's sort of dazzling you and overwhelming you. But then I feel like a lot of these game creators took that idea and tried to systematize it when in the first place it was a double abstraction on a concrete system like real life fighting and encounters in the first place. And I think that's where I would pinpoint the core problem I have with Platinum style action. It's just trying to be an anime. An anime was trying to be like manga, if you will. Manga was trying to depict what real life fighting dynamics was like, and it's kind of too long of a chain of abstraction for me. I don't like it. I like it when you can see the characters and each of their actions is clear. And I don't think anybody likes shaky cam. Can I say that? For a lot of their early Marvel movies where you just can't see what's going on because their actors either are not talented or they didn't want to choreograph it or whatever reason they didn't have the directing talent. So they just like opt for this really, really sort of garbagey style, which is just shake the camera and having the actors do like minimal stuff, and it'll look like it's more action packed because the camera's adding motion to what you're seeing, so you can kind of interpret that as a lot more going on than what is, but you can't see what's going on. And the Batman Begins has one of the iconic shaky cam fights of the last 10 years. I don't even know how old the movie is. And then they've fixed it a lot for Dark Knight, like the intro scene of the Dark Knight with the bank. Super clear action, really well directed, like multiple agents, multiple people talking and getting the feel for what's happening in this one set, and then it all comes together and ends very smoothly. Like that's what I want to see more of in games, and less of this goofy kind of juggling garbage. As fun as it is, as fun as it was when I played it, and when the games dipped into the style, I wouldn't do it, and I don't like it so much anymore. That's what I'm trying to say. Anything to add, Kyle, before I shut down the stream?
Not really. I think you pretty much covered it. I mean, I haven't really played this game, and I can't really comment too much on it, other than kind of doesn't look like a game I would play. I don't know, but yeah, pretty much hit it.
Cool. Alright guys, that's it for today's stream. I think we're going to put these action games down for a little while. Maybe move on to another genre.
Give your hands a rest.
Yeah, seriously. So there's other things I can dip into, other topics. We'll take it one day at a time. So until next time, until tomorrow, see you guys.